This is CBS Sports Radio's and WFAN's Outside the Cage. Again, a great time with Aljo Marab. Now we're joined with the man of the hour, the man of the next couple of weeks. He's fighting UFC on Fox 31 against Kevin Lee, the rematch. It's the last Fox card, 8 p.m. It's going to be an amazing kickoff, send-off of the Fox era. Al, how you doing, brother?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm doing great. Had a great sparring session this afternoon and just come down to hang out, chill out. We have Will Harris is here from Anatomy of a Fighter. He's doing a piece on me. He wanted to get some interviews with Ray and with some of the guys, so he came down. And I'm just chilling, recovering from this afternoon, getting ready for a hard jiu-jitsu practice tomorrow morning.
Are you like an anxious guy? Like, if you got too much time on your hand, you got to do something. I mean, dude, you're in the midst of like a big training camp, and you're still coming down. You're not just playing video games like a hermit in your basement. It's like you're coming down, being around the guys. Like a lot of people, I would think, would just be on their own time. Is this part of you that you got to be doing something? You do houses on the side. You fight. It's amazing how much you can fit into your brain.
Oh no, I absolutely always have to be moving, or I get myself in trouble. So yeah, that's absolutely. I do the real estate. Right now, it's kind of, I still have a few deals going through, but I'm not really trying to pick up too much new stuff. After the fight, I kind of recover, relax, and really focus on my real estate. Get some deals going with that, but that kills my downtime. I think you can't always be focused on the gym and focused on the opponent, and you kill yourself mentally. So I like to come to the gym, work hard, hang out with the guys, bullshit a little bit, work hard when it's time to work hard. Get out of the gym. I'm doing some open houses. I'm showing some houses here and there. Making some extra money on the side never hurts. So it's enjoyable. It's fun. I like the people that I work with. So it's definitely keeping busy is the way to do it.
And you're not slurring your words like Max Holloway while he's cutting weight. You said you're, before the interview, you said you're 187 pounds.
No, 173. I was under 170 after practice, so I'm feeling good. I'm right where I need to be. I'm going to make weight with no problem. I'm not a big weight cutter. I used to cut tremendous amounts of weight in high school and college and wrestling, and I think I could have been a way, way better wrestler if I just focused on wrestling. Instead, I was just focused on the weight cut. And I think that's an advantage I have against a lot of these guys is the last week or the last 2 weeks of their training camp, they're just focused on the scale and making the weight. And that's really becomes like their first goal. I'm working on my craft. I'm working on my technique right up until that fight. Just improving myself as a fighter, and the weight, it's I cut a little bit of weight, but nothing compared to what the rest of these guys are doing.
So then forget the weight. Let's move on to the camp. How's the skill been doing, man? Obviously Aljo is your boy and he wants the best for you, but he said you're looking sharp, you're focused, and you're looking to make it 2-0 against Kevin Lee.
No, absolutely. I think I've had some really tough training camps in the past where I was coming off injuries and just getting right back into it, and I really just struggled through a lot of this. This camp, I mean, there were obviously bumps and bruises, things that come along with the sport. A few things went wrong, but not everything went wrong. I think when everything goes perfect,
they pulled out of the open house. Is that what you're talking?
Yeah, right. They went with the other realtor. I was like, fucking motherfuckers. And I had a sick day at the gym. Fucking 5 rounds hard-ass sparring session. But, no, I think when things go too good, it's like a little creepy. I was like, this is not good. Something has to go wrong. So, obviously, bumps and bruises, some little things here and there. But I'm feeling, right now, I had my last sparring session was today. Just feeling good. I'm just... it's to the point now where I wish the fight was this weekend. I'm just so ready to go.
Do You gotta like forget about that because everybody's bringing up the Joanna Valentina, the kickboxing matches, and it's like Kevin Lee. He looked a little skinnier in that first match. He's a little bulkier, a lot more confident. Do you have to throw out the tape in the first fight and just look at what he did against Barbosa or what he did against Tony Ferguson?
Yeah, I mean,
You still got that edge, right?
he's still the same. He's still the same, but I definitely have I think I definitely have a little. He's changed his life because of that fight. That right. That fight changed his life. He moved to Vegas. He found a new team. He realized that he wasn't. It was like a wake up call for him. So I think he's been thinking about that a lot. He's been thinking about that fight a lot, and I think that's going to mess with his head a little bit. I think he's a very straightforward guy. Straight punches, comes straight forward. Not too much. He's not very agile on his feet. He doesn't move very smooth. He's kind of plodding. His takedowns are very strong, straight ahead. Pushes the guy up against the cage, wraps his arms around their ass, takes him down. But I think a little bit of adversity, and his mind starts to scramble a little bit. It happened 100% in my fight, and I've seen it happen in a few of his other fights since then. So that's really just confused him. I don't think he's as intelligent of a person inside the cage as I am. I'm just way too smart for Kevin Lee.
Forget about the intelligence. Throw the brain out, man. You got like God-gifted hands. You knocked him on his ass with your jab. You might have killed Diego Sanchez with your right hand. Where the hell does this power come from? Is it technique, or is it literally just like your core and your God-given ability?
I think it's a little bit of everything. I have somewhat natural power, but accuracy I think is something that I have honed over the years. I've been doing this way longer than a lot of these guys. Definitely with the boxing, the wrestling and the boxing, and I've been in there. I've gone to Gleason's. I've trained with professional boxers. I've trained with Chris Algieri, who's a world champion. So I mean, I've trained with these guys that are just I'm seeing things that the rest of the MMA fighters aren't seeing as far as the boxing goes. So my timing is, feel like timing and accuracy are the two biggest things as far as getting that knockout power. Obviously, anyone can throw a big haymaker, but when you can land a jab at the exact right time that can stun the guy and put him on his ass. I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah, it's looked fantastic, man. Really excited about your fight next week. Again, UFC on Fox 31, December 15th. It's going to be fantastic. Kevin Lee, the rematch. I was really happy that Joe Rogan, this is my last thing, I promise, get you the fuck out of here. When Joe Rogan checked John Kavanaugh and he goes, well, nobody's looked yada yada against Khabib. And he's like, well, Al kind of looked way better than your boy on one day's notice. And actually, we're kind of in the same heat. I got lumped into a conversation with the UFC because I talk a lot of shit, but I had to explain to them it's a Long Island thing. They said, well, we're not happy with Al either with talking the shit. And basically the shit, I'm blocked by Kavanaugh. Everybody knows this now. Shab was trying to kill me because I admitted that to him. But I literally was quote tweeting Rogan saying, this is what I said, he shouldn't get the rematch. Can you explain to everybody that you're not going to gain this type of wrestling in 6 to 8 months for a rematch? I think literally they're looking for the payday, and that pisses me off. Yeah. For Conor's own benefit, he should take a step back and fight somebody that's better for his skill set. But if you say it, you don't get in trouble as much as I do. So,
well, no, definitely Conor doesn't deserve the immediate rematch. That's 100%. And then if anyone deserves an immediate rematch, it would be me. On a day's notice, I went out there and I lasted 5 rounds training for a 3-round fight. Conor had all the time in the world to prepare. He had all the time in the world. So I think if you give him more and more time, you're going to get a result. You can train wrestling, yes, but really where he lost that fight was in his mentality of quitting. He quit. He got tired, and it's inside of him to quit when things get really, really tough. He gets tired, and he finds a way out. So I think he's got to win a few fights, and I think if I keep winning and he keeps winning, I deserve a rematch way before him, or it's just got to. It's 100%.
Brother, good luck next week on your fight, and hopefully 2019 is an even bigger year for you in the cage, outside of the cage, and selling real estate, man. Really appreciate the time.
Absolutely. Appreciate it. Thank you.